Take a look back through the history of Italian sports cars and you'll see it's not just Ferrari that have a proud and prestigious past. Maserati were once more than a match for the prancing horse, but then things all went badly wrong. Throughout the 80s and 90s, Maserati produced some, let's be honest, really bad cars. And then the unthinkable happened. The company went into receivership and was bought out by their rivals, Ferrari. But rather than kill them off, Ferrari actually turned their fortunes around by helping to produce the 3200 GT. This is the latest attempt to take Maserati back to the top, the 3200 Spyder. Maserati say that the Spyder is their first proper car, if you like, in their rebirth, and Ferrari have had a lot to do with this. Compared to the 3200 GT Coupe, the car on which the Spyder is based, it's got an entirely new engine and drivetrain, and Ferrari have had a lot of involvement in that. And the result is superb. The engine produces the best part of 400 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in about 5 seconds, but that's only part of the story, because you've got to add into that equation the torque, which is endless in any gear, and the sound, which is magnificent. Now, it may be an exotic Italian sports car, but Maserati is very different from Ferrari for a number of reasons. For a start, they're very keen to push the idea that these are designed to be used as your everyday car. You know, shopping, dropping the kids off, that kind of thing. Seriously, they reckon they're going to do a lot more miles, probably twice as many a year, compared to a Ferrari. But there are loads of Ferrari touches in here. The gear change, it's a 6-speed manual box, but you change with these paddles behind the wheel. Exactly like the Ferrari, it's the same system developed from their F1 gear shift, and it is fantastic. Very easy to use, very quick changing, very simple, and it's not an automatic gearbox, so you don't lose a load of power. Performance, as you would expect, is impressive. Powering the Spyder is an all-new 4.2-litre V8, which is capable of pushing the car from 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds, and, should you desire, onto a top speed of 176 miles an hour. That's very, very fast. Not only does the new Spyder handle and perform well, it also looks stunning. Unlike many soft tops, the Spyder isn't just a coupe with a roof chopped off. In fact, the car's wheelbase has been shortened by 220mm. This and other strengthening additions increase the car's overall torsional strength. Basically, that means a more composed and solid ride. As a drive, well, it's beautiful. Seriously, this is everything you could want. Okay, it is a drop top and there is a little bit of flex and wobble, but nowhere near as much as you'll find in, say, the Aston Martin Vantage Volante, which costs, remember, probably 30–40 grand more than this. God damn, I'm feeling sophisticated. You do, it's that kind of experience. Something about driving, well, it's a Maserati, isn't it? It's got to be special. It feels fabulous. There's a real sense of occasion. It is, despite being rare and exotic and very expensive, a car to be driven pretty hard. It's actually quite flattering. Some cars are genuinely difficult to drive very fast. I find this thing actually makes you a bit quicker than you really are. It makes you look good. How very Italian. The 3200 GT Spyder is due to go on sale in the UK in December, and it'll cost upwards of £70,000. Standard equipment will include, though, an onboard computer with satellite navigation and a voice-activated mobile phone system, all very handy for those long trips across the continent. There is something quite British about it. Shh, don't let anybody hear me say that. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a kind of the amount of grunt makes you think of TVR and old Bentleys and such. And its rather sturdy, solid looks. It's a very reassuring car and really quite gentlemanly in an Italian kind of way. Now, if you've not used Ferrari's Formula One paddle shift gear change before, and let's face it, not all of us have, well, it's a doddle. Takes a bit of getting used to at first. There's no clutch pedal. It is still a manual gearbox. 2 paddles, one on either side of the wheel, down and up. Pull the one you want towards you, and it'll change gear. And it does so extremely well, quickly and cleanly. There's barely any delay in the power being delivered to the rear wheels. And you feel like a Formula One driver.
Competition for the Spyder is very formidable. There is, of course, Jaguar's impressive XKR, but perhaps the biggest challenge comes from Germany in the shape of the evergreen and still all-conquering Porsche 911. And not far around the corner is the arrival of Mercedes' all-new SL.
Now let's face it, Ferrari was never going to have the company produce a car to take on the 360, but what they have done is make a car to take on the Porsche 911. It looks and handles beautifully, it sounds glorious, and perhaps most importantly of all, it's got the right name. It looks like Maserati might just be back.